Hello, this is a tutorial for anyone who'd like to learn Bat Out of Hell on ukulele. I've got standard tuning with a low G, so it's first string, which is the one furthest away, an A, second string E, third string C, fourth string low G. And the way this is played in the original on the piano sounds like this. But to make it easier, we'll start learning this. The way I learnt it was to learn the chords. So we'll just start off strumming the chords. And then once you've got the chords, what the piano's doing, the arpeggios it's called, is just a broken chord. So instead of playing an F like that, it's doing. So E flat, I'm playing a bar at the third, and I've got my fourth finger on the sixth fret of the first string. This might look a bit odd, but if you've ever played a C like that, maybe with the third finger, it's the same shape, but if you, at the moment I'm playing it, and the nut here is basically playing these open strings, but if we move this up one, I can use my finger as the nut. So yeah, it's the same major chord but in that shape. And then we're moving up 2 frets to the 5th fret to get an F. Let's practice that. And then for the B flat, in order to kind of stay with the way the piano's playing it, instead of, if you play it down here, it doesn't quite sound right. So there's another way of playing the B flat up here. So what we've got is the second finger is on the 6th fret of the second string, and the third finger is on the 7th fret of the 4th. So from your F here, we're just moving second and third fingers here. Maybe practice that transition. And then we'll do the E flat to the F. And again. Okay, so that's the intro and the first line of the first verse. So the sirens are screaming in the fires of hell, way down in the valley tonight. And then got a new chord coming up. There's a man in the shadows with a gun in his eye. A bad place to have a gun, but in order to stick with the piano arpeggios, we're playing an A minor. We're playing an A minor up here. And I'm just playing the top 3 strings. So yeah, so the A minor, the first finger on the 7th fret, second finger on the 8th, third finger on the 9th. Then back to the B flat. So let's try that line again. So from the E to the F. Yeah, and then that's it for the verse 1 chords. So let's go through that, well, the whole thing from the start. So if I play it kind of slow speed, 2, 3, 4. And the vocals come in. verse 2. So it's evil in the air and thunder in the sky. So we've got an F. So I'm just going back to the first position here because I think the piano arpeggio stops. So I've got an F, open first string on the second, open third, and second finger on the fourth string, and then a C, and a D minor, which is open 1, 2, 2, and then quite quickly I've got a C and then a B flat, and then a riff. So with this riff, starts on the second finger on the third string, and then you take it off. So 2, 0, 2, and then open on the second string, first on the second, open to the third. You might find it easier to pull off the string. So that's a little trick where you, rather than playing the note with your right hand, you kind of play it with your left hand. Yeah, because I'm pulling off this and then pulling off here. So it's something, if you practice it a lot, it makes it a bit smoother. And then to the F, down in the tunnel where the deadly are rising, and then B minor, swear I saw a young boy down in the gutter, starting to foam in the heat. One thing to point out, instead of playing the C here, you can play the same B flat shape but moved up 2 frets. And this will come in useful later on in the song where we're building up before the chorus. Like when it's over, you know, we'll both be so alone. Just feels better to me playing that as a bar rather than open notes. But yeah, that's the verse 2 rather. So let's try that again. So from there's evil in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's evil in the air. Okay, now into the pre-chorus. So, baby, you're the only thing in this whole world. So B flat to a C, F, B flat, and then B flat to C, B flat, C. So yeah, I'm choosing to play the F up here at the 5th fret. Just that's how I prefer it. If you play it the first position, just it's a different voicing. But it's up to you, whatever feels right. And then I've got to get out, I've got to break it out now before the kind of crack off. So we've got these C to B flat again. And then riff 1. To try and increase the volume, which I find easier with the bar, to hit the chorus. And the way I'm playing the chorus is again at F at the 5th position. Like a bat out of hell, be gone where the morning comes. Okay, now I've got riff 2, which is a bit tricky, but it sounds like this. Well, put it in context. So what's going on there? Got the F, B flat, F, and then second finger on the 5th fret. I'm doing 5, 6, pulling off the 6, back to the 5, and then I've got 3, 1 on the 3rd string, so that's the 7th to the 5th, pulling off to the 7th, and then 5, 6. And 8, so 5th fret of the 1st, 7th to the 8th, so and then we're moving up to the 10th fret, doing 10, 12, back to 10, and then 12th on the 2nd, to the 1st string 10th, and then we've got 3 kind of staccato notes, 13, 12, 10, and then the end of the riff is 13, 12 on the 1st, yeah, 13, 12, 13, and then 10th fret on the 3rd string. Vibrato if you're feeling fancy, and then the chords go back to the F, like a bat out of hell, be gone when the morning comes, and then it slows down. The day is done and the sun goes down and the moonlight's shining. So we've got an F and a C and a B flat, and then we've got a little run up. So we've got a G minor 7, yeah, so I'm playing first finger on the 1st string, 3rd on the 3rd fret of the 2nd, and 2nd on the 3rd, 2nd fret of the 3rd, so it's G minor, and then an A minor, 1st position, B flat, and then a C, so it's, if you want to get more of a, I don't know, shorter sounding note, you can put a palm mute, so you kind of resting the fleshy bit of your palm here, rather than it sounding like ringing out. And then it's like a sinner, F, and before is A minor 7, and then D flat, D minor, gates of heaven, so D minor to A minor 7, B flat, crawling on, and then we've got B flat major 7, which is just moving this 3rd finger down 1 fret, so I have to swap those round. And then back to my G minor 7. So then, like a sinner, before the gates of heaven I'll come crawling on back to you. And then as the motorbike's revving, it goes. So I'm doing a B flat, and I'm kind of using my other fingers. Suppose you could just use your one finger. Like that. Okay, then we're into verses 3, 4 and 5. I'm I'm going to hit the highway like a battering ram. So I've got an F, a B flat, a silver black phantom bike, and then riff 3 is simply 1 0. It sounds like this. So it's a little rundown. So first fret on the second open, and second fret on the third. So metal is hot and the engine is hungry, and we're all about to see the light. And then got riff 1 again. Nothing ever grows in this rock and roll hole. D minor stunted with a C to B flat. Riff 1 again. Nothing really rocks with an F, and nothing really rolls with a C. Nothing's ever C worth the cost. So these chords should all, there's nothing new here. If you want to get fancy, I think there's a little Okay, now we're into the bridge, which is wanna be damned, you know I wanna be damned, dancing through the night with you. So we've got an F to C, B flat, and then it carries on. And then dancing through the night, dancing through the night. F at the 5th sounds better. Okay, now we're into the instrumental, which is tricky. It's power chords, which means you just play the root note and the 5th note. So there's only 2 notes in it. So I think on the piano. But the easier version is we've got a bar at the 5th, and we've got, what's that, 8th fret on the 1st and 2nd strings. So that's our power chord. So that's an F. Move it down 2. It's an E flat. Move it down 1. You've got a D. And move it down 2. You've got a C. This goes back to what I was saying about these movable shapes. So it's I mean, you could play the C in a different way. That might be a bit easier. And then there's 2 C chords. I prefer to play the second one, this voicing. So that's at the 7th fret. So it's like a G shape, but moved up to the 7th fret. So yeah, practice moving this shape around and kind of trying to support it behind with your thumb. So whenever it moves, you move your thumb along. Yeah, and I think part of the trick with bar chords is just to give it a squeeze just when you're playing it, because it's quite tough on your grip. Yeah, it's definitely something I have to build up. If I haven't played bar chords for a while, I really feel it in my wrist. And okay, now we're back into the pre-chorus and chorus. So, baby, you're the only thing in the this. The only change in here is the end of the chorus. When the day is done and the sun goes down and the moonlight shining through. In dramatic Meat Loaf style, there's a delay. Then like a sinner before gates of heaven. So instead of playing a sinner before the gates of heaven, so it's like a sinner and then the chord half a beat later. Like a sinner before gates of heaven, oh come calling on back to you. And then it repeats like a sinner. And the way I've arranged this, because the song carries on, but I've just put an ending. So B flat to the C, and then an F. So that's the whole song, the chords and the riff. The only thing I haven't really covered is how to do the broken chords, the arpeggios. So I'm playing the F with I've got my thumb on the fourth, and then a string per finger, or a finger per string. And I'm just doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Well, 1, 2, 3 in the strings, or 3, 2, 1 in the fingers. But this is quite difficult. I would suggest playing it really slowly. I seem to be playing the first to the third there. So I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, and then putting the B flat on, doing 2 of that, and then going back to the E flat. So if we slow that down a bit, maybe 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so that's a good thing to practice. I think the arpeggios are mainly in that intro. Maybe on the A minor. Can add in some extra notes on the F, putting the third to the first. And then again we can put the in a 1, 0, 2, 0, or and it's starting to foam in the heat. picking out the notes of the chords whenever it feels appropriate. But yeah, it's the same principle as in the intro. So I think that would be a good place to start. So I'm also using my thumb to play the bass note. So if I was learning it, I think I would start with the fingers and then add in, once you're comfortable, add in the I think every time my third finger is playing the first string, you can also play the thumb. Yeah, so it's like these two are attached. Right, well I think that's the whole song. Let me know if I've missed anything, and I hope this helps. This is quite a challenging song. I certainly found it tricky. If you have any questions, then give us a shout in the comments. Thank you very much. Best of luck. Bye.